Sophia Maxwell last set foot in the city, the scene of her greatest heartache and betrayal. The memories of that fateful day still lingered, a constant reminder of the pain and suffering she had endured. The city, once a place of joy and laughter, had become a haunting reminder of her past, a ghost that continued to haunt her every step. The streets, the buildings, the very air she breathed seemed to whisper echoes of her brutal betrayal, a wound that still lingered, raw and unhealed. As she emerged from the airport, a sense of determination and vengeance radiated from her very being. Her sleek, tailored blue suit and black pants exuded power and sophistication, perfectly accentuating her curves and commanding attention. High heels, sparkling like diamonds in the sunlight, clicked against the pavement with a confident stride, announcing her arrival to the world. A luxurious Chanel bag hung gracefully from her shoulder, a testament to her impeccable taste and wealth. Dark, sleek sunglasses framed her face, matching her pants and accentuating the fiery, curly ginger hair that cascaded down her back like a wild inferno. Her children, holding her hands on either side, looked up at her with innocent eyes, oblivious to the storm brewing within. As she paused to take in the familiar sights and fresh air, her gaze swept across the cityscape like a hawk scanning its prey. The city, once a place of pain and heartache, now seemed to tremble at her feet. New skyscrapers and robots had joined the landscape, but the essence remained the same. A hub of power, greed, and deceit. Yet Sophia was not the same woman who had left 4 years ago, broken and battered. She had emerged from the ashes like a phoenix, stronger, fiercer, and more cunning. Her personality had transformed, her being had evolved, and her intellect had sharpened. She was no longer the fragile, naive Sophia they had treated like trash, stripping her of her father's inheritance and dignity. With a deep breath, she steeled herself for the battle ahead. Her children's hand tightened around hers, sensing the tension in her body. She gazed down at them, her eyes softening for a moment, before her gaze hardened into a fierce determination. She would fight with every fiber of her being to reclaim what was rightfully hers as the only rightful heir to the Maxwell fortune. The ones who had wronged her would soon discover that Sophia was not to be underestimated. She was a force to be reckoned with, a storm that would unleash its fury upon the city, leaving no stone unturned and no enemy unscathed. Sophia's twins, Finn and Quinn, were the ultimate showstoppers at the airport, leaving a trail of mesmerized onlookers in their wake. The girl, Quinn, was a miniature Sophia, complete with a fiery personality and a mischievous grin that could charm the pants off anyone. Finn, their eldest by a whopping 5 minutes, had inherited their father's chiseled features and towering height, making them both look like they belonged on a catwalk rather than in a stroller. As they made their way through the airport, Sophia couldn't help but wonder about their father's identity. Whoever he was, his genes had certainly made a lasting impact. The twins' features were so refined, so chiseled, that they could have passed for Greek gods. Their beauty was mesmerizing, leaving passengers in a state of utter bewilderment. One man was so distracted by their charm that he walked onto a pole, earning a few chuckles from the crowd. Another woman tripped over her own feet while staring at them, face planting into a nearby trash can. A group of teenagers even forgot to take a selfie with their own siblings, too busy gawking at the twins' piercing gaze. Strangers couldn't resist approaching Sophia to compliment her on her stunning children. Some even asked to take pictures with them, a request Sophia graciously obliged, laughing at the absurdity of it all. "Sure, go ahead and take a selfie with my tiny supermodels," she joked, as Finn and Quinn posed with their new fans, beaming with pride. The twins' eyes in particular were a subject of fascination, with many inquiring if they wore contact lenses. Sophia reassured them that their piercing gaze was entirely natural, a result of their father's superhuman genes. Despite being identical, the twins had subtle differences that set them apart. Finn's smile was slightly wider, while Quinn's laughter was more contagious. As they walked through the airport, hand in hand with Sophia, they turned heads and stole hearts, leaving a trail of admirers in their wake. "Mommy, I love this place. It's so beautiful," Finn exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder as he took in the sights and sounds of the airport. "And the people around can't stop staring at us." He chuckled, clearly delighted by the attention. Sophia smiled, playing with his hair as she replied, "That's because both my babies are breathtaking." But before she could continue, Quinn interrupted her, a questioning look on her face. "Mummy, is this our city?" "Like where we came from?" she asked, her curiosity getting the better of her. Sophia gently chided her. "Quinn, dear, don't interrupt Mummy while she's talking, okay? And yes, this is your city. We're home, sweetie." Finn and Quinn exchanged a look, their eyes sparkling with excitement as they took in the unfamiliar surroundings. They had been away for so long, and now they were finally back in the city where they were born. Sophia's heart swelled with pride and love as she gazed at her twins. As they strolled through the airport to get their bags checked, Finn's face suddenly scrunched up in a familiar expression. "Mummy, I'm starving," he declared, his voice rising to a whine that could melt the coldest of hearts. Sophia laughed and nodded sympathetically. "Okay, baby, let's go find some food. How about we try that cozy Italian restaurant over there?" She pointed to a nearby eatery with a warm and inviting atmosphere. Quinn's eyes lit up like a lamp. "Yay, food. I want spaghetti, Mummy, with extra cheese and tomato sauce." Sophia smiled and took each of their hands, leading them towards the restaurant. As they walked in, the aroma of freshly cooked pasta, pizza, and garlic bread enveloped them, making their tummies growl in unison. After settling into a cozy booth with a view of the airport, Sophia helped the twins peruse the menu, finally ordering a plate of spaghetti for Quinn and a cheeseburger for Finn. As they waited for their food to arrive, the twins chatted excitedly about their new surroundings, their eyes shining with wonder. When the food arrived, they dug in with gusto, savoring each bite. Sophia watched them with a warm heart, grateful for this moment of normalcy amidst the chaos of their return to the city. As they ate, she couldn't help but think about the challenges ahead. But for now, she was content to simply enjoy this quiet moment with her beloved twins, watching them giggle and chat as they devoured their meal. Few minutes later, after finishing their meal, Sophia pulled out her phone and dialed her driver's number, instructing him to pick them up from the airport and take them to Emily's place. "Hey James, it's Sophia. We're ready to head to Emily's place now. Can you please pull up to the terminal? And James, can you make sure to take the scenic route? I want to show the twins some of the city's sights before we arrive," she said, her voice clear and confident. "Of course, Madam Sophia. I'll be right there. And don't worry, I'll take the scenic route. It'll be a great way to introduce the twins to the city," James replied, his voice professional and friendly. Sophia hung up the phone and turned to the twins. "Okay, kids, let's go see Auntie Emily and her mum. We're going to take a special route to get there, so you can see some of the city's landmarks." The twins cheered and gathered their belongings as James pulled up in a sleek black SUV. Sophia helped the twins into the car and settled in beside them, feeling a sense of excitement and nervousness as they headed to Emily's place. As they drove through the city, Sophia pointed out famous buildings and landmarks, telling the twins stories about the city's history and culture. The twins listened wide-eyed, taking in the sights and sounds of their new home. Meanwhile, Emily was engrossed in washing the dishes while humming a tune when she heard the sound of a car horn outside. She peeked out the window to see who it was, and her eyes widened in surprise as she saw the twins emerging from the car. She furrowed her eyebrows, wondering who they were, until Sophia stepped out, looking elegant and sophisticated in a black pantsuit and designer sunglasses. Emily's jaw dropped as she struggled to believe her eyes. She rubbed them, thinking she must be hallucinating, but when she opened them again, Sophia was still standing there, more beautiful than ever. "Oh my God, Mom, Sophia is back!" Emily shrieked, hastily wiping her soapy hands on her dress before rushing out to greet her long-lost friend. Her mother, who was sitting in the living room, looked up in surprise, equally astonished by Sophia's sudden reappearance.